Damn, you guys are really tearing us apart.
Yeah, we might not even be a band after this.
Hi, we're Mungbean.
Hey, we're Mungbean.
Hey, what's up? That's the band.
What compelled us to work all together as a group? I think we've just been friends for a while now. And like Sean and I had started out making music, just the two of us. And Colin is Sean's roommate, and Ian's been a close friend for some time. So, and they're also both musicians, so it kind of just came naturally.
Yeah.
After like a year and a half or so, we wanted to add bass guitar because we had real drums at that point, and so then Colin could play bass, and we're like, hey, just like hop on some tracks, and then hey, just come play some shows with us. And then we needed somebody to play keys, and Ian plays keys, and we're like, hey, buddy, come on in.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, and I think
Let's hang out.
And then we all
Let's
had
do
a
it.
group hug.
bands and artists we all bond over. This list could probably go on for a really long time.
Yeah, we listen to a lot of music.
Fucking Tame Impala. Number
We
one.
really like, I mean,
AC/DC.
okay, could somebody, you give a band. You go.
I feel like everyone deep-hearted Animal Collective.
For sure.
That's-
It's like kind of like a
That's
big
true.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Twin Sister.
For sure. Hiatus Coyote.
Big fans.
Big fan of Hiatus Coyote.
Pavement.
Fucking Daddy
Pavement's in
Malcolmus.
there. Fly Low.
Stephen Malcolmus.
Dad. Solange.
Solange.
Yeah.
Bjork.
Grimes.
Grimes. She's in there.
How's the music scene in Columbus changed? I've played in bands in Columbus since like 2013. So it's like, what, almost 6 years. And the scene's like really bubbly, like but they kind of crossed over. Like I started out in like a psychedelic rock band and played a lot of like house shows. And then it seemed like over a couple of years, like the house shows shifted to bars and venues, and now, like right now, the house show scene is coming back, but people are playing. It seems like a lot of like. There's like a lot of female fronted acts too that are starting to come out and like play, and like house shows are everywhere, but like it's really like.
It's growing.
Seems like
it's
every
getting a lot
block has
bigger.
a bar that has, a stage
or a
and sound
local
equipment.
music
So
night.
it just seems like more. It seems like more accessible than ever.
And
right
more
now, which is
involved.
really
I feel
cool.
like all the niches are sort of like opening up their boundaries, and like we've played with a lot of different kinds of bands. We don't just play with electronic pop bands, like we play with punk bands, we play with indie rock bands, we play with psychedelic bands, ambient bands. I think that the Columbus music scene, like he was saying, it's
Versatile.
bubbly because it was like very sort of sectioned off for a while into like
Pocketed.
different genres, and now all of those walls have kind of started to come down, and it feels a lot more tight knit. Like you can always, I don't know, like so many of our friends are in bands and different kinds of bands, and yeah, it just seems to be
You can
getting
find
bigger.
something to do any weekend.
Yeah.
What are we doing when we're not making music?
We like to booze. And
I don't know. I feel like I'm either working at the restaurant I work at, or I'm like recording or practicing in a band.
or listening to music.
Or listening to
We
music.
do
Live
go to a
music.
lot of local shows. I mean, like we said, we have a lot of friends who are in the scene, so we go see a lot of our friends play music a lot of the time.
It's also winter right now, so it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
That's
which
fine.
is
easy
like.
hole up in the house.
Yeah, we
I
do.
forgot it
just
was
work on
winter.
music a lot of
I
the
think
time.
life's gonna be completely different in springtime.
Yeah, we like being outside.
You're gonna blossom, dude.
I'm gonna peak.
Dude, you already
Oh,
5. I don't
You
know
already
what time
peaked.
You've already
Peak.
peaked.
Yoga's really cool. I've been doing. What have been the
Working with
most
Sean.
challenging parts of recording? Honestly, recording at Brick City was easily the smoothest recording process. I mean, we did it in like a day and change. But we do everything at home, and so we've just like been slowly accruing gear, and the struggles of recording at home are massive because you just like don't know what actually sounds good
You know,
until you like
treated-
you
You can always
we-
change it. Like
Yeah,
you can
you can
always
always
just go
be
back
working
and
on
be
it
like,
'cause
well, maybe
it-
I want to do this instead of this because it's in the room adjacent to my living room and my bedroom. So
You wake
Infinite
up-
Possibility.
wake up, go downstairs, make some coffee, make some breakfast, and go into the studio and work on a song. So yeah, you were like constantly
it's taking a very long time. That's definitely
Which is a good and a bad
Which
thing.
which
it
is
is a good
good,
thing.
but
And
you
all the
never
songs
know.
are coming up
Yeah,
now.
you never know when it's like too much or not enough. So I mean, it just takes a while, but I mean, it always ends up being worth it.
which bands or artists would be a part of our dream
Dream
collaboration?
1, 2, 3.
Crazy
Frog.
Frog.
Yeah.
Definitely Crazy Frog.
Probably.
Number
I think,
one.
I think, but like, a lot of
doesn't
people
need
kind
anyone
of,
else.
a lot of
Crazy
people
Frog
kind
and
of
Tom
give.
York.
Well, no, a lot of people
And
kind of give
Bjork.
Crazy Frog kind of like a bad rap because I feel like he was caught up in a lot of like momentum. But I think that he shined through in a way that a lot of artists at the time weren't doing. If you think about
Okay,
2005.
that's not true. I really want to work with Napalm from Highest Cody. That would be really tight. Every show, we all have like we all put a shot like at each one of our stations on stage, and every show we do like a shot mid-set. It's like whenever there's a break and we like can all kind of look at each other, and it's like a cheers to the crowd and like cheers to us, and like every time it always feels like really grounding and like you get a moment to be like, this is honestly a blast and I can't believe that we're all doing it. So that is one of my favorite memories that's happened many times.
I can't top that.
That's
That's
pretty
good.
good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
That's a good one.
Alright.
Like, oh, like, why would you go into music? There's no like future. You can't make a career. You're never gonna be a pop star. And it's like not really about that at all. And if you have something to put into music, if you have something to say for your music, just do it. Like, there's so many ways you can do it. It's so accessible now, and I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's how this
how it
project
started.
literally started in a bedroom, and we just were like, all right, well let's like you have some like equipment, let's like do something with it, and then it ended up being a band, you know, 3 years later.
Has been
So I just like I think same kind of concept. If you have an idea, just do it. Don't like feel like you don't have a voice. Just do it.
Making music and being famous are like two different things. People who are like, I want to be famous. It's very different from just wanting to make music. If you want to be famous, light your butt on fire on YouTube.
And when I ask you a question, write down your answer, show it to the camera, etc.
Can you put your own name?
3, 2, 1.
Look what you did.
Ian.
Oh, thanks, guys.
What was it, like Bruce Springsteen when you were like 12 or something?
Just life
Oh,
change.
2, 1.
Yeah.
There you have
Were we right? Yeah.
Are we talking about like traditionally
It's
funny?
like-
Situationally funny? Are we talking about like real
3,
jokes?
2,
So
1.
difficult.
Colin.
Yeah.
It might be the funniest of us all.
You're such a goofball, you
Dude,
know?
damn.
For sure. I
Yeah.
dotted your eye with a little skull and crossbow.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely you.
The other day you were like, I need to go home and take
Because
a
you
nap.
fall asleep in the weirdest places at the
3,
weirdest
2,
times.
1.
I
It's
put
him, right?
I put me, but then
What?
him.
I feel like
Ian
you take
never
naps.
naps.
Me?
You don't know
I'll
me.
take naps.
Oh, bro.
I'm gonna put part of this
Definitely
blame
not.
on Colin because he introduced me to Reddit.
First answer.
3, 2, 1.
Oh
Thank
shit.
you, Ian. I mean, that's fair. They're always on time, so they can't be on time anywhere else.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
think it's a drummer.
Is it a drummer thing?
The only person who's not here.
I hope if Max sees this, that we love you, Max. Like, we really do, and we miss you. He's in Mongolia now, but yeah, he was definitely late all the time. Like,
Wow.
always late.
3, 2, 1.
It's fair. We're Mungbean. Thanks for having us.
Hey, bye. See ya.